Here I am again, another video. So for those of you that are watching from home, we have been working on the creative process, and we're on the very last stage of understanding the creative process, and that is our digital portfolios. And the previous lesson, I talked about how where the digital portfolios fall into our creative process. So we are actually going to get to it, and we are actually going to be making our digital portfolios today. And I discovered sound effects on my video editing button. And I think this is important because, strange story, I post these videos and I make them. Sometimes I have a little bit more time, sometimes I don't when I edit them, and just to make them to help everybody out. And I have friends that I went to high school with that watch my videos somehow and for some reason, and they must be pretty boring for them because I'm sure they're boring for you. And they watch them because they like the sound of my voice because it's soothing and it helps them fall asleep. So I've decided I need to throw some sound effects in there just to wake them up, and because if I'm putting my friends asleep, I might be putting you asleep. So I'll try not to talk so quietly. Okay, so we're making our website super easy. You are going to Google search Google Sites. And again, you should be using your DDSB Chromebook. If you're not, always make sure that you are signed into your Google account. So Google Sites. Now, if some of you already have a digital portfolio from previous art classes, all we're going to do is just add another page to that and continue using that. If you've never had a digital portfolio with an arts, media arts, urban art, visual, anything art class, then we're definitely going to make one because, again, as I talked about in the previous lesson, it's important for sharing our work, and this is how you're going to hand things in. Okay, so if you don't have a website yet, you are going to press the plus button. You're just going to make a blank one, and of course, if you already have one, you are just going to open up your other one, and of course, skip some of this stuff. Awesome. So we're using Google Sites. It's not the most complicated of programs, which is a good thing for us. It's so easy to use. I mean, there are other things that we've used in the past, like Wix, but one thing I like about this is it's always attached to your school account, and then you can never forget your password or anything, and that way we're ready to go. Okay, so as soon as you make a website, this is what it's going to look like, which is kind of boring. So we will customize a few things. First thing that I want you to try and do is on the right hand side it says themes, and my screen might be cut off a little bit for you for the video, but trust me, it says themes, not just the. So press on themes, and then we have, I mean, they're limited choices, but we have some choices. So go ahead and pick something that you like. And when you do that, though, I want you to sort of think about your art style. Like if you're, you just want the fonts and the colors just kind of suit, the art that you think you're going to make or your art style, right? So you have a look and pick something. So for example, if I wanted the diplomat one, not only can I pick this, but it also gives me different options about different colors that I want to be using, and there's a drop-down menu that you probably can't see on the right-hand side there, and they're limited fonts, but they're kind of fonts that maybe you might want to use. So spend a minute just to go through the different themes and customize the font and the color and just the general layout. One thing I like about having a video actually for a tutorial like this is that you can pause me while I, press pause while you go ahead and do some of those things, and then when you're ready, you can come back. All right, excellent. So we've added our themes. Now on our main page, all we're going to do right now is we're going to have two pages. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have our front page, which is going to be an about page. So right now it says your page title. I just want you to change that to about, not about, about. Okay, so all of this stuff is pretty easy. I'm going to make it center because I think that looks prettier. There we go. Okay, so my front page then is going to be about. We're not going to put anything on here yet. We will eventually, but just not yet. Now, if you already have a digital portfolio, you probably have this already, and you probably have a page laid out then from previous classes. So this is when you can join in. Every time that you take an urban art or visual art class, you're going to put all the work that you do on one page. So you're not going to make different pages, like one for graffiti, one for skateboards, one for t-shirts, one for all the things that you can't do this year. Right. We're going to put everything that we do for grade 11 urban art on one page. And then next year, when you take the grade 12 exploring the arts, you're going to take a grade 12 and put everything on the grade 12 page, or media arts, etc. So easy peasy. Where it says pages, click on pages. To add a new page, press the plus button. Call it something like, I don't know, 11 urban art, grade 11 urban art. I don't know, whatever you want, done. So now I have 2 pages, right? I have my home page and I have the grade 11 urban art. On the home page, we're going to add something about it later. We're going to add the about information later on, and we're going to be posting some of our artwork on the grade 11 urban art page. Not today. Now, if I go to, again, I'm going to go back to my home page. Now, if I hover over this image here, I can actually change the image. You're not going to. We're going to do something in our next lesson with that. And the reason why that is, I mean, they have a bunch of stock images here, so I could select an image, and they do have stuff that I could pick from, right? But I was going to say they're kind of boring. That's not too bad. They're not very exciting. And I could possibly upload some images just from the internet. And I don't want you to do those things, because this is a website made by you who is an artist, and any images that's on here, including the digital ones on your header, should all be designed by you. So actually in our next lesson, we're going to design that on Canva. If you've used that before, it's awesome, easy to use, so don't worry about that. Okay, I've got my theme picked out on the main page. It's an about page. I have my grade 11 page ready to rock. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my webcam over. I need to publish this and pick a name, and I need to make sure that's public. So let me show you easily how to do it. I'm going to hit publish. The first time that I do it, it's going to ask me for a website address. So whatever I pick, it's going to be sites.google.com/ddsb.ca/ whatever I pick. So now I need to pick something that's going to be the title of my website. So this is a professional site. This is for school. This is representing school. So I recommend that you call it, like for me, I would call it like Teresa Wyatt's Art or something like that. Teresa Wyatt's Art Portfolio. Obviously, you're not going to call it Teresa Wyatt's Art Portfolio, but you want to keep it professional. Now, the problem is if your name is John Smith, there's probably lots of John Smiths in the DDSB, so you might have to try something, a few different things. So I'm going to call it Sample I'm just going to put in nonsense, only because I have 1,000 gazillion different practice websites I think I've shown people. Now, hey, look at it. Nobody has that, so there's a check mark beside it. If you notice that there's no check mark beside it, then somebody in the DDSB already has a website by that name. All right, don't hit publish yet. Because what I want you to do, it says underneath, who can view my site? And right now it says anyone at the DDSB. Well, that sounds lovely, but the issue is that I imagine that parent-teacher interviews are going to be virtual this year. So what's going to help me is if I can share your digital portfolio with your parents. So they are not part of the DDSB, so we need to change this. Where it says manage, click on manage. Okay, it says links. Is that where I do it? Yeah, links. Links vary, change. Okay. Publish site, DDSB, anyone this group can find and open. I want to pick the drop-down menu there. I want to make it public. And I'm going to say done. Perfect. Okay, double check. Everything's cool. That's what my website's going to be called. Anybody in the public can see it. I don't need to check the request public search engines. I don't have to worry about that stuff. Nobody's going to be looking up this stuff. Anyway, and then I'm going to hit publish. And voila. But we are not done yet, because this is the most important part. So I've made my site, kind of, right? It's established. I've got a name for it. It's public. I can show my parents and make them proud. Now the last part is I need the link to your published site. Not to this site here that says edit. I don't want to see your work in progress. I don't want to make the website for you. I want the published site. So to your right hand side is a drop down menu. Not that drop down menu, this drop down menu. Okay, and it says view published site. I'm going to click it. So this is what the public would see. All right, now I'm going to move my silly webcam down here. Okay, at the very top here, I want you to copy the link to your digital portfolio. Control C, copied. I want you to go to D2L, and this is not your class. So I want you to be in your class, and I need this link. Now you only need to hand in your digital portfolio link once. Once I have it, I have it. So I most likely will have this information on the front page because I spoil you and I get you really organized. Or you hate content. Of course, what unit are we? Oh, the creative process, because I talk about it all the time. Oh, we're doing digital portfolios. I'm going to have to come over here now. Okay. And then it says assignment, create your digital portfolio. We just did that. Now it says hand in the digital portfolio link here. I will. I'm going to click it and I'm going to paste it in the text box, Control V. I can't do that because I ain't a student, so it's not going to work. Okay, in case you can't find you can't Google search Google Sites, you can click this Google button right here. Okay, so, and then you're going to hand that, and then really importantly, what is going to happen now is that every single time that you make any changes to your digital portfolio, you have to hit publish or else I can't see them and I can't mark your stuff. Okay, so always hit publish when you're done and make any changes for me to be able to mark it. You don't need to hand anything else in. Any project that we do, you put it on your digital portfolio and you hit publish. I have all of your portfolios in a list. I just go to your portfolio and have a look at it and then I can mark it. Okay, don't share anything with me. Just hand in the link. Okay, we got it all? Awesome. Okay, great. Next lesson, let me show you how to make that really cool customized website banner using Canva. Okay, see you in a bit.